Yeah, wait on there and it'll go.
I want to wait on there because it's going to send. Oh, there we go. Hopefully we're live. Just wait for Ian to confirm and let me know that everybody's joining in.
It's going live. Did you do that?
I did the going live first, yes.
Okay, how do I see? How do I see?
Hang on. Let me. Where are you going off the pages? See where. There we go.
Ah, there we go.
Oh, stay there. We got a drunk iPad. Okay.
Ah, there we go.
There we go. It's good, isn't it? The creative person having to tell the tech person what to do.
There you go. You are live.
So, first of all, hi to the stream. Who have we got in the room?
I don't know.
Don't be afraid to say hi. Just give us a wave. I can't see the comments on this screen, but Ian's around the corner and you can see everything.
Optimistic.
Yeah, very optimistic. Okay, so I'm going to take you through a layering card design. So, if you have any of our files, you'll know the typical set of them. So we have lots of layers. Each one tells you what you can and what you should be doing with it. So what I wanted to talk a bit about is why I set things up this way. So to make things nice and easy for beginners, I always try to put in what you should be doing roughly with each file. And when it's something that's really, really intricate, you don't want to tell people to cut it out to start with. You can start to challenge it a bit later on, but when you're a beginner, stick to what I say. So, starting off with our little central area, we have a little drawn foil centerpiece, and then we have the same design mirrored in the outside piece as well. So the idea behind this design is that you actually build up lots and lots of layers. So somebody asked me if I could do some layering design so that you could see how we break each file down. So I'm going to hide everything. I'm going to take you right back to the very base. So our very base piece is what's essentially going to mount onto our card panel. Now if you wanted to, you could duplicate that so that you have two copies. And you could then join them together and fold them if you wanted to. And in the case of where it's not symmetrical, you can actually flip it so that you get the join right. But for what I'm going to do today, I'm just going to leave it like this. And you can either set it so that you send each layer individually, or you can move it around a bit so that you can do a couple at a time. So to start with, I'm just going to do one piece at a time. Just makes it a bit easier for you guys to follow. So whenever we are ready to go to a machine, we can either send it as a FTM file via USB or use a USB stick, or for certain models you have the Wi-Fi ability as well. So I'm lucky enough to have a Wi-Fi one, so I'm going to send it across the internet. Now whatever I've hidden away won't be sent, it'll only be whatever's visible. So we can go OK, and that sends it across. This is where there's going to be lots of toing and throwing. So, Ian, if you want to swap over, because I'm going to be over there in a minute.
I'm going to cut it out first, aren't you?
Well, first of all, I've got to get some colour on that. Okay. So, I was asked earlier to go over colours and things. So when I use colouring files, it's to help me work out which layers I'm using to do what. It makes no difference to the machine whatsoever. It's not going to tell you to load up a piece of brown card, it's not going to colour it in brown or any of the other random things that you think it might mean. I need to go there.
We're going here.
Yeah.
Come back over there.
Yeah, because I need to get some card on the map.
Do you want me to swap camera over for you?
But this shouldn't take too long, so put that out of my way for a minute.
So what size card are you using?
Well, the actual design creates a 6x6 off the top of my head, and I've got it in front of me. So I could use a A4 piece, or I could use a 12x12, and I'm going to go for I think I'm going to go for a black base to start with. So if I get
Don't forget I can no longer see comments.
Don't worry, leave good night at the minute. So if you do have any comments, I'll have a quick look in a minute when we get this cutting. So I'm just going to do a piece of black card to my map. And I'll ask him very nicely to cut it for me. Hi Pete, hi Pauline, hi Louise, hi Eleanor. Thanks for the support, Pete. So the advantage of using the desktop app is that we can carry on actually working our layers even as Ian is cutting out the previous piece. Yeah, so long as it's downloaded to the machine, you can carry on.
Okay, you can carry on.
Okay, thank you.
Cutting.
Yeah. So with our next few pieces, if I pop them up so you can see how they work together. So we have an outside piece that we can use as a border. And we have a sensible panel. We then have a design that sits on top of our border panel, which you can then draw at the same time that you're cutting. And this is probably a bit noisy for you to hear me at the moment, but hopefully you can hear me okay. You didn't sort out my calibration. Oh.
That's right, it's good, right?
Can't get the staff. Okay, so you have a nice sheet with a hole in it, and very carefully, if you remove it, you'll have the backing piece. So next, you want to decide what colour you want to do which pieces. So although it's set up in chocolates and pinks, I'm thinking I don't really want that today. Not in a chocolate and pink mood. So
Wendy watching as well. Can I say hello to Wendy?
hi Wendy. I'm going to swap it so I can think a bit more, maybe a bit more creamy goldy, maybe. And the colours just help you kind of visualise before you don't have to be that accurate. Yeah, I think go cream in the middle. Oh, yeah, let's try that and go a bit different. Okay, I'm gonna go more like that is a bit neon. Okay, so we're going to go for nice lemon for our centre panel.
So we're cutting this, drawing it.
Well, what you're going to do is you're going to cut and draw. So usually what I say is draw first, yep. And just, that's it for our centre. So with our little central panel that we're popping in here, you're going to want to draw that with a really fine pen. So something like a Kokoro refill, or I like the Papermate Ink Joy gels.
Black one. That's what black one.
Your Ink Joy liquid. If you're going to use an Ink Joy liquid, you need to use the 3D thumbprints holder to hold it successfully. I've got problems with my camera today. It keeps wanting to go off on an angle. Weird. So once you've got that set up, you want to make sure that you've got your cut there and your draw there, and we're going to send that across.
Do you want to quickly show everybody?
Okay. Cool. So for those of you that haven't yet got the Universal Pen Holder by 3D Thumbprint, I'll do a quick, and I know this probably isn't going to be very big for you, but you have the clip, which is your guide, and you have the main body, and then you have the screw section on top. So you want to loosen that off as much as you can. You're going to pop in your pen, and if you're good, you'll take the lid off. Okay, then you're going to screw that cap bit down. You just want to give it a little bit downward pressure just to keep it in the holder, but it doesn't take very much at all. It's not like the other one. So once you're happy that that is tight, you can pop that into your machine and take the clip off. And I'm just thinking I'm going to take that fill off it because I don't want the pen to draw. So just take that back down to 0. Hang on.
Okay, you're resending, are you?
Yeah, I'm resending.
Okay, I'm waiting.
Okay, there you go.
Draw first.
Yep, so you always do your drawing first and then your cutting. It's very hard to probably hear me at the moment. Yeah, it's right behind the scanner cup, which is probably not the best place to put it. They usually use the scanner cup actually on a string on one, so certainly not to this extent. So as that's drawing, I'm just going to pop on my outer frame. And then we have lots of different sections that we can put in or take out of this section. So if we want to, we can do, I'll take these out so you can see them individually. You've got the stencil cut out, so if you were wanting to ink up your water instead of actually drawing it, you can cut it out of a stencil and go over the top with blending brushes and, let's say, distress oxides, distress inks, anything that is that kind of ilk.
Okay, that's finished.
We have 3mm gem guides as well, which you can use with, if you have any left by now, the glitter stickers that we sell. you then have a separate flower cutout. So you could use this as an stencil in itself. You could also use it for actually 3Ding up your flowers. So what I would do with that one is actually cut it out and get a nice big ball tool and a stamping pad or something similar to that, and actually form it into the 3D flower.
Okay, so I finished drawing, so I'm cutting next.
Yes. And I've done 2 different types of flowers, so the one is very slightly smaller than the other. So the idea being that if you wanted to, you could then cut this layer as well. And actually layer that on top. And finally you have the stems that you can just use to draw on. So for this one, I'm going to draw on my stems.
Am I leaving it in place?
No.
It's going to come off.
Yeah, it can come off. So I'm going to get some... Usually what I do when I'm choosing colour schemes is I'll choose like three colours max to work with. So as I'm using a lemon, I'll maybe put in a bit of pale lime green and a bit of lilac and do something a bit more spring based.
Okay.
Now, because I'm not using vinyl, you'll see it's, if I pull that out a bit so you can see the layer names a bit better. So this one says draw or vinyl, so it's on cut for vinyl at the moment, but I'm going to change that to draw. Yep.
And you want a lilac, did you say?
Yeah, lilac please. And I'm going to transfer that to the machine, ready. Okay.
Is that pale enough? You want it a bit stronger than that?
That's probably pale enough actually, because this is quite strong. I might just do a soft pink with it as well. The extra layer. Maybe.
Oh, say hello to Sue as well.
Oh, hi Sue. Question is which Sue?
Friend.
Hmm?
Friend.
Oh, yeah. Oh, these when you can't get quite in the right place.
You want me to do that so you're on screen?
Now I just think it's my card's not cut down, which is good for a fresh sheet of 12x12. Right.
What we'll do with this one.
Okay, so you're going to draw, and then you're going to cut again.
Draw with same pen?
Yep, same pen. Too eager, you see. Can't get this stuff, honestly. Making him work hard tonight. So your stem should be in blue on your machine so that they're drawing, and your cut line should be in black. say help. Yeah, because the what, 3 we have aren't enough.
Only have 2 cameras.
Well, 2 cameras and 1 screen capture.
So cutting that out. Yeah.
Yep.
Double edge, yeah.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to choose another pen to use, just because I can. Some doodlers by Zebra.
Do you need to leave this one in?
No, because you just done the border, so no.
No, so I can come out.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Thank you. And then was quiet. Okay, so we have our border piece.
It's a bit like
I'll put that over there just in case I decide to use it. Okay. And then you want your light piece. Actually, I've gone silver. I think I might change my mind now. Just because I can. Woman's prerogative. Oh dear. Say hello to my mum, who has classic timing as usual.
As always. Send it across.
Just in case, I'll send it again. Talk about thrown off. Okay.
Just a draw on this one, yeah?
Draw and cut, yeah.
No, just draw. I haven't got a cut.
You haven't got a cut, hang on then. Yeah, you should have.
No.
They'll overlap each other.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go. They're very, very, very slightly different. If I zoom in, you can see a bit better. You guys at home, so I zoom right in. Oh, now it's going to think about something. These are new shells. So you can see here, very slightly, it steps inside our cut line. Just gives it a bit more interest. To flick it over in.
No, not yet. I've got to cut this out first. Oh no.
Okay. I was going to say you could flip it over while you're still doing that, and I can work on these pieces.
Okay, want me to flick camera?
Yeah.
Make sure the camera's still on. It is. Right. Excuse me a moment while I switch the cameras.
I'll have a quick tidy.
Diddly-doo. Diddly-doo. Let's just check that's gone. Yeah. Okay, you should be back on to.
There we go. So I'm just going to pop a bit of glue on our border piece.
Hey. I'll carry on doing that.
For something like this, wet glue is invaluable, just so that you have wiggle room. I know everybody takes the mick out of me saying that, but
I have to speak up just a little bit more now.
oh, am I a bit quiet today?
There you are, going to mix and then turn this on. Okay for you to cut?
Yeah, go for it. Just while got any questions, drop them in the chat. Hello. How are you doing?
colour am I cutting them out of? Or?
You've done your flowers, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
But the last one, is it?
Yeah, that's the last one.
That's all done then. There you go, if you want to show the pretty. You can always use that as a stencil.
Yeah. So, just so you can see what it's like if you were to use it for a stencil. So usually with stencils I cut them out in Mylar. I get mine from Jackson's. Okay, what you're going to want to do with the flowers that is just is just set them aside to dry for a moment. Just going to clear it with some alcohol markers. Paler the better at this point. Thank you.
I can see comments again now.
I was going to say you can go back to doing comments for me, thank you. So I'm just using the ones for the alcohol markers. I'm using a 14mm marker for change. So this is one of the first times I've used these. Which is unusual thing for me to say about any pen. I usually use pro markers or Copics. They're one of my favourite mediums to colour in, so I'm always trying new things. So if you wanted to set up a design like this yourself, where you're working around in a circle, the way I did it was I worked in Affinity Designer, and you basically start off with, let's say, a rectangle. It really doesn't matter what. And you set that as a new symbol. You then multiply that symbol round, so you basically create a section of a circle. You can then go back into that symbol and edit it, and it automatically does all the ones around the outside. It's absolutely brilliant.
What we're going to do next.
So we're going to shape the flowers next. So I'm just going to use a piece of craft foam. But if you've got a stamping mat or anything like that, that would do just as well, if not better. So I'm working from the front on this one. And I'm going to use the smaller of the two. You want to do it a few times and that will get most of the creases out of your card for you. So if you'd like to see me create the design from scratch, just say in the comments and I'll do another stream and we can go through how to do that.
Can I just show one of those, just how they turn out after you've...
Hold up close.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit hard to see. Okay, yeah, I can do that. So, you tell me when, because you can see better than I can. No.
Oh, too far forward.
Too far forward.
Back a little bit. Towards you.
Towards me. Okay. I think we're on a delay here.
There we go.
Okay.
Yay. And hello to Alice, who's just joined us.
So we can go through and do all those.
And hello Hilda, who's just joined us as well. Random things falling over.
Yeah, behind me, which is kind of freaking me out. So I won't do all these, just for the sake of speed.
Go on. People.
No. This is not Twitch.
So you can go up to 8 hours, you're okay.
Huh?
You can go up to 8 hours, you're alright.
I'm sure people don't really want to watch me that long.
What else they gotta do?
Yeah, not like you've got anywhere to go. Oh dear. No, there's plenty of other brilliant streams out there. Main trouble is I'm so busy watching all the different streams I keep forgetting to actually do my work. And I want the book out by the end of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I want the book out. As you're all in the group, you're probably well aware of which book I'm referring to.
Almost there.
Almost. Only another 2 to go. If you're really wanting to create lots of real little flowers, you could go around and ink these all first, but when they're that small it gets a bit too fiddly for me. So if you're struggling to work out where you need to put the flowers, do the really obvious ones first.
always apply your glue to the card, or do you normally apply it to the back of your flower first?
I don't mind. I don't mind. It's easy either way, especially this one. Silicone glue, I'll typically go to the flower when it doesn't explode on me.
Yeah.
Doesn't like me very much, does it? Silicone glue.
And that's the sticks to glue that you're using, isn't it? The 3D PVA.
Yeah, the 3D PVA. That's what I use on sort of 95% of my projects. The only time I really change is if I'm doing MDF. I do like the sticks to glue for when I'm working with curved objects. It just holds it in a way that I don't find other glues do.
Does anybody have any questions? Anything they want to ask Nat?
Or you.
Yeah, hold me.
Yeah, if you have an issue with your network or software or the machine's playing up, 9 times out of 10 you'll get in. We'll quite happily help people for hours, won't we?
Yeah. And we tend to.
Yeah. So if you do need help at any point, you can find our contact details in the announcements at the top of the group. Nearly there. Just the ones in between now. So all the flowers that you can see are created using the flower tool and Affinity, which is a great little tool because you can manipulate it to pointed petals, round petals. You can change how deep the cuts go between the petals. So if you want to create something that's really, really 3D, you can really go for it on that program. use these, but I get to and I realise that one of them's fallen on the floor.
Oh, I've been good, I think. Transferred them all across.
Well, the card I'm using is American Crash today. Not always, but today.
Last one.
Yeah, that's it. And then you can either put the 3mm gems into the centre of the flowers, or you can use, if you're feeling really brave, you can use some stickles or the 3D drops if you're really feeling brave.
To show it to the camera.
Okay, so very carefully. Hopefully. Can you see it yet?
Yeah, that's cool.
There you go. So I'm quite a time delay this end. To what you can see anyway.
You've got the iPad next to you, should we say?
That's what I mean. I do. Yeah, I feel that. You know, I'm not brave enough to do it by my air.
No,
Okay.
you've been 50 minutes, so yeah.
Okay. So let me know what you want to see tomorrow. Do you want to see me do something in Affinity? Do you want to see me actually design from scratch in Canvas? Do you want a beginner's tutorial in Canvas? So where we literally take you through every tool. So just either drop the line in the chat now, or you can drop it on the wall when I put up a post in a minute. Okay? And what I'll do is, once the stream's finished, I'll finish this off into a code and I'll pop it up on the group.